In 1 Timothy 5, Paul is talking about widows and who the church should take care of and who the church is not responsible to take care of. In the process, we come to an interesting translation issue where the easiest way to solve it is to use a colon. But the problem is in public reading, you can't really read a colon. So what's a translator to do? So Paul starts in 1 Timothy 5:9 where he says, "Widow, let be enrolled not." So do not enroll a widow. Now what he's talking about is that there was an official list apparently that once a widow qualified and was put onto the list, that she would then become the church's responsibility financially. And she would do things for the church, and the church would do things for her, including taking care of her, because she is truly a widow. That's the way Paul says it, meaning that she really is all alone. So do not enroll a widow less than years 60 being. Now there's an odd participial phrase, isn't it, where the participle is after the phrase. So not being 60 years less than. Okay, not less than 60 years. So that's the first qualification. A one-man woman or a one-husband wife. If this were a different blog, we'd talk about that. But here we're getting to what I want to illustrate. In works good, in other words, in good works, being witnessed to. Okay, martyreo. So she not only is 60 years and older and has been faithful to her husband, but her life has been a witness to her many good works, her many good deeds. Now here's the problem. If raised children, if shown hospitality, if washed feet of saints, if helping the afflicted. What's going on here? Well, all of these A clauses, the if clauses, are illustrating what a good work is. And so over here in my translation, I just put a comma just to be less interpretive. But you notice the NIV does the same thing. There's a comma, but notice what they do. Such as. But let's look at the ESV. Having a reputation for good works, colon. Now, both the colon and the such as are doing exactly the same thing. That they're trying to say the following clauses are examples of what a good work is. And so in some translations, there's just a comma, which is less than helpful because it looks like being witnessed to by good deeds and raising children are kind of on the same level from a literary standpoint, and they're not. So either you need to put a word in like such as, or you need to put in a colon. If you're reading to yourself, the colon works fine, but you can't really read colons out loud. And so the such as is doing the same thing as the colon, but it's much more readable. It's interesting, you go to the CSB and is well known for good works, that is, dash, that is, comma. See what they're doing? They're just trying to let you know that the if are examples of what good works are. You can see the NRSV just does a simple comma, isn't helping there at all, but that's the way the NRSV does things. Net Bible has the semicolon, and the NLT breaks them into two sentences. She must be well respected by everyone because of the good she has done, period. Well, here's the good that she's done. She has brought up her children well. They do it as a question. Has she brought up her children well? But what they're all trying to do is to help you see that the series of A clauses are examples of an ergois kalos.